43% of cyber attacks are aimed at small businesses, but few are prepared. Don't be one of those caught off guard. Hey everyone, I'm Tim Shoup, CEO of Digital Boardwalk. In this video, we'll explore why multi-layer cybersecurity is a must for small and medium-sized businesses and how each layer can protect your company from cyber attacks. So in March of last year, 2021, the FBI sent an urgent warning to state and local agencies reporting significant increases in business email compromise attacks. This notice also provided agencies with a list of layered mitigations to help defend against the attacks. Just a few months later, in July of 21, a massive email phishing campaign targeting state and local governments successfully compromised the Florida State Attorney's Office. In a matter of hours, this attack spread like wildfire to attorneys' offices throughout the state. As each office was compromised, the attack continued, spreading to their respective vendor and client lists, impacting thousands of people. The attack began with a phishing email masking itself as a notification from Adobe. The notification appeared to come from a trusted contact and contained a link to open a PDF invoice attachment. When a user clicked the link, it directed them to a secure Google Sites page created by the threat actor that had buttons for 3 login options the user could select to access the invoice. When a user clicked any of those 3 options, it redirected to another page where the user was prompted to input their username and password. So, once the user submitted their username and password, the credentials were routed to the attacker. We talk about this all the time. The attacker then used these credentials to log into the user's email account and redistribute the same phishing attack, the same one, to the user's contact list. With this access, the attacker could also exploit the business through various means for financial gain. So mature MSPs or managed services providers like us, Digital Boardwalk, we protect the clients from cyber attacks like this by implementing a dozen or more layers of defense. That way, if and when one layer fails, there are several more to follow that can effectively stop the attack. This particular phishing attack was a perfect demonstration of how these layered defenses are such an effective strategy. Let's highlight 3 notable layers of defense that protected Digital Boardwalk customers from this attack. Since most of today's cyber attacks begin with some type of email communication, protecting the business email system is a critical first layer of defense. In many cases, this protection can effectively filter out phishing emails, preventing them from reaching the user's inbox in the first place. It can also scan hyperlinks in the email to make sure the website is safe for the user to visit. In this specific cyber attack example, however, the email was sent to the user directly from one of their trusted contacts' mailboxes. So the email threat protection was unable to identify the email as malicious. Additionally, since this link in the email went to a secure Google Sites page, and that page itself contained no malicious content, the link scanning function didn't block the user from visiting the site. The internet is fundamental and integral to today's business operations and technology. Therefore, Internet DNS security is another important layer of defense. This protection can monitor every single internet connection a device makes, be it to a website, an ad on a website, or even a foreign server. In this specific cyber attack example, when the user clicked the link in the email, they were directed to the Google Sites page. But then, when the user clicked the login button, which normally redirected to the attacker's phishing page, the DNS Security blocked the user from reaching the page. By blocking this page, the user never had the option to input their email credentials, and the attack was stopped in its tracks. The prevalence of cloud-based technologies and remote work makes multi-factor authentication yet another critical layer of defense. MFA simply means that in addition to a username and password, the user needs to provide a temporary code from a device they're in physical possession of, typically your smartphone, to log in. Although the cyber attack in this example was stopped with internet DNS security, let's assume it wasn't. Imagine that the user had made it all the way to the phishing page and inadvertently given their username and password to the attacker. When the attacker used those credentials to log into the user's email, the attacker would have been prompted for the temporary code from the user's phone. Without this code, the attacker would have been unable to log into the account and their attack would have failed. So, most mature MSPs implement a dozen or more of these layered defenses for their customers in anticipation that one or more will inevitably fail to stop the threat. As threat actors continue to develop these new attack strategies, businesses need to constantly evaluate their risks alongside their service providers and implement new defenses. By combining these technical defenses along with human-centric layers such as cybersecurity awareness training and routine phishing exercises or simulations, businesses can significantly reduce the risk of successful cyber attack and gain some much-needed peace of mind. So again, Tim Shoup, CEO of Digital Boardwalk. I want to welcome you back to Digital Boardwalk TV. Make sure you ring that bell, like and subscribe. Help us out. We appreciate it. Come back. See us. We'll have another video next week. Thanks.